Hello, Dr. Griffin. Today I'm choosing to discuss question number one, which is the impact of teratogens on developmental issues and personality disorders that come on later in life. As we know, teratogens are environmental agents or factors that are exposed to pregnant women that affect babies while they're still in the womb. You know, when we look at the biopsychosocial model, and we basically map out somebody's health when it comes to their social, psychological, and biological aspects, you can kind of see where a teratogen may play a major role. And one example that really stood out to me was the exposure of alcohol that a woman may put on herself while she's pregnant, because it causes a number of development issues, whether it be physical, neurological. Alcohol is a major, and it's a common teratogen that people see in today's time. So as far as the physical part of everything, it can cause limb disorder, liver issues on the baby, and what's another one, brain development issues. It's a list of things. And while people don't think that ADHD is a alcoholic, it comes from women exposing themselves to alcohol, and people think it's just strictly genetic or just, alcohol is definitely a number one prime teratogen to it. So when we look at somebody with ADHD that was basically given ADHD because of alcohol exposure while their mother was pregnant, we look at their biopsychosocial model and we can see that first and foremost, psychologically, your brain develops completely different. So with your brain developing completely different, you automatically can grow up with personality, issues. And, it can later on cause social issues. And when you have social issues, it adds more personality disorders and issues. So let's say you have ADHD, which can later on to you having low self-esteem in your social life, and you're not having the greatest, social life due to you having ADHD, because you learn different, you move amongst yourself differently from others. Whether it may not be completely different, it's just, certain things play a role. And according to this textbook on socialdirect.com, I think it was titled as Twinnings. It was the third edition of a Twinnings textbook by Tessa and Peter. I forgot their last names, but it was basically explaining how the level of doses causes a major role in, a level of doses of the doses of a specific teratogen can affect somebody's, fetus. So if a woman is consistently exposing herself to these teratogens, whether it be alcohol, a teratogen is not just alcohol, an illegal substance or a legal substance. It can also be chemical, viruses, things like that. If she's consistently, exposing herself to these things, it's not going to just cause one development issue. It's going to cause multiple. So not only does it like physically cause development issues, like what is it, psychologically, like ADHD, it can also cause physical. So when you're physically impaired as a person, your personality isn't going to be at its best. So that alone right there is like, you know what I'm saying, already altering your, you know what I'm saying, your thought process, your, the way you carry yourself as a person, period. So another article I wanted to bring up is an article that I found on the National Library of Medicine. It didn't have the authors to this specific article, but they talked about how ADHD is, you know, not strictly caused by alcohol. It's also like genetics, you know, it's a lot of things. It's not just coming from one specific source. Alcohol plays a major role though, and it's one of the most common, you know, teratogens out there.